have to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am JLP Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the show. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Whatever amazing is for you. My weekend was amazing. Busy, but amazing. And it went by fast. It was like 90 going north. And then it's Monday. What a mess. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE, Jesse. Jesse. A brand new biblical question. Brand new biblical question. We dealt with last week biblical question this past Sunday in the fellowship. If you were not there or not watching it live as it was happening, you can podcast. You can podcast. rebuildingtheman.com/church. As a matter of fact, we dealt with last week biblical question, are emotions necessary? Are they necessary? And the answer is no. Emotions are not necessary. And it's weird, too, because that's the number one thing that human beings push. They push emotions as though emotions are necessary, and then they turn around and give you pills because of emotions. Isn't that amazing? Think about that. They tell you emotions are necessary. Everybody should be emotional. All human beings are emotions. Emotions are normal. You need emotion in order to function in life. And they push and push and push it. And then the people become emotional. And then they say, here, oh, you have STDP. Here's a pill. Think about that. They push something that's supposed to be good for you, but it doesn't work. It turned out bad, and they give you a pill, but they still tell you to keep being emotional. You need more emotion. We're going to go out into the woods and beat the ground to let off your emotions. Why don't something like that click for you? Wonder, well, what? Something wrong with this. Why don't you think for yourself? I know why, but why don't you? But anyway, check out this past Sunday, biblical question at rebuildingtheman.com/church. Brand new biblical question this week, and it's a doozy. What are you trying to win? What are you trying to win? That's a deep, deep Mamma Mia question. What are you trying to win? Isn't that amazing? It is amazing. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JLPpeterson.com/show. JustineLeePeterson.com/show. And you can be listening to the show if you're busy working out in the woods, working on air conditioners and heatings, or recovering from fentanyl recovery, or just getting into fentanyl and feeling good, and then you feel like suicide. Or hating on your fellow man, hating one another and others. Whatever it is you're doing, you could be listening to the show anywhere in the world, because we are heard around the world by everybody and their mama, by calling the listen line on your iPhone or iPad at 605-615-4131. That's 605-615-4131. All right? And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. All right? So, it's Monday. It's Monday again. We take all calls, but for those who are just tuning in for the first time, Mondays, we take the females, ladies call first, all right? But we take all calls on the situation, whatever situation. But Mondays are set aside for Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Amazing. All lies all the time. All thoughts. All lies all the time. All thoughts are all lies all the time. I have been telling you, and not bragging, but reminding you, that our battle is a spiritual battle. Our battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil, right versus wrong. It's not physical, but most people don't see that. They do not see, and they don't believe that it's spiritual, because they can only see with their physical eyes. They're not seeing from within. And it's hard for them. And, they'll say, yeah, it's spiritual, but they don't know what you're talking about. Zero. Your battle, my battle, every human being on this side of heaven, battle is a spiritual battle. It's not personal. There is something inside of you and all human beings that is trying to destroy you. And it is pretending to be you. And you call it you. And as a result, it's winning. Though it has no power, no authority, zero, it's been defeated. It's winning against you because you call it you. You say that it is you. Isn't that amazing? They push anger. They tell you it's natural to be angry. How would you fight? How would you defend yourself if you're not angry? All human beings are angry, they say. And as a result, you fall for that as well. They tell you human beings are angry. It's good to be angry. God, Jesus was angry, and you fall for that. And anger as all emotions are, so-called good emotion and bad emotion, are set up. It's a trap. It's a trap. The good one build you up just to let you down. Angry people use the good, so-called good emotion to trap you into their web, and they will destroy you. They will destroy you. They build you up to let you down. They tell you that anger is good. I want you to know, do what you want, of course, but I want you to know that anger is evil. Good feelings are evil. They're both imposters, and they are there to deceive you and to destroy you because they don't want you to return to God. They don't want you to realize there is a God. Truly realize, not just knowing about it intellectually. And last Friday, I mentioned, as well as I did on yesterday, Sunday, stay away from anger. When the Great White Hope Donald Trump trial is happening there in New York, and they quote unquote found him guilty, quote unquote, they found him guilty. I sent out a warning, as I did during the thing at the Capitol building there. Stay away from anger. You're going to walk into a trap. Because when you're angry, you can't not see what you're doing. You can't see what you're doing. And I know I can't convince you that you can't see. You got to see for yourself that you can't see what you're doing. Because no one can convince you of anything. You got to want to see the truth. Now that they have so-called found the Great White Hope Donald Trump guilty or whatever, right? I'm telling you again, stay away from anger. They want you to be angry. The enemy of good, the enemy of God. You may call them Democrats, media, right or Republicans, because there are never Trump or right or Republicans. They want you to be angry so that you can overreact, and they're going to lock you up. They want a war, a civil war, and they're going to win, and you're going to lose because you were angry. The best way to fight this fight, or any fight really, is not to be angry. There's never, ever, 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 but never, ever, 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 ever a time to be angry. There's never a reason for anger, no matter what happened out there. But you got to see this. Listen to young, white, conservative men. They want you to, they're like itching for you to overreact. They want you to so badly. Not only do they want to destroy Donald Trump, they want to destroy Donald Trump's supporters. They don't want it, especially if you're white. But any Donald Trump supporter, they don't like you, but especially if you're white male. And God forbid if you have a little influence. I'm telling you now, I told you Friday and again, anger is evil. It's a trap. You walk right into a trap when you have anger. Do not get angry. You see, Donald Trump is not getting angry. He's not upset. He's just dealing with it. Deal with life without being angry about life. Maxine Waters, the wicked witch of the West with the low IQ. She is like itching for you to do something crazy, to overreact. She wants you to. And not just Maxine, the wicked witch of the West with the low IQ, most of the politicians, especially those in control over the last 3 to almost 4 years now. They want you locked up. They want you to fight. Maxine Waters talk about civil war in the aftermath of Trump conviction. Watch this from X.
I am going to spend some time with the criminal justice system, with the justice system, asking them, tell us what's going on with the domestic terrorists. Are they preparing a civil war against us? Should we be concerned about our safety? What is he doing with this divisive language? It is dangerous, and we're going to have to make sure that we understand that we're not at risk with this man talking in the way that he's doing.
That's evil. And if you have anger inside of you and you see that evil Maxine Waters, it's going to encourage that anger even more so. She is pushing you to go and do something crazy. She know you're not out there doing anything or plotting anything. Not you. If anything, they're doing it. They're doing what they're telling you, accusing you of. But don't fall for the anger. Stay calm. No matter what they say, no matter what happened with the Great White Hope from this point forward, you stay calm. In all things, stay calm. Maxine Waters, they're pushing, they're edging you on. I saw this video given to me this morning about the anchor baby of Ella Jones. I saw a little bit yesterday. Ella Jones is warning you, too, about staying away from anger. Stand away from anger. Anger is evil. Look at your relationships. You don't have good relationships with no one. Marriage, friendship, workship, or anything because you're angry. And anger divides. It doesn't unite. So according to the Daily Mail, Ella Jones, in a 4-hour-long emergency broadcast, claimed that federal authorities are preparing to shut down his studio. He's claiming that. Despite all that, Ella Jones, the anchor baby is here, and he's going to explain, because I didn't know the whole story of this. I asked the anchor baby to come in. The anchor baby show is Monday through Thursday at 12 noon. The American Anchor Baby, and on Fridays at 4 p.m. And he's also an expert here, and he's here to explain what Alex Jones is saying. Good morning again, Anchor Baby.
Good morning, thank you.
Okay, so what's going on?
Real quick, I just wanted to flesh this out a little bit because I saw a little bit of his broadcast, and he was quite emotional about it, and it's so interesting to see that, too, after Sunday, after everything you've been saying, after everything you've been warning people about. So, like he said, he's claiming federal authorities want to shut down his studio. And the way he puts it, if everything is true what he says, it really is a total overreach of the government. They have, no reasoning for it. And if you remember, he got hit with that $1.5 billion legal debt for the lies he said about Sandy Hook. And we're not supporting anything like that. But the man was just using what he says was his free speech. And I'm getting that from AP, by the way, $1.5 billion.
AP?
Yeah. And you know what's funny about that? That the families of Sandy Hook are saying that we'll settle for just $85 million.
I would, too. As a matter of fact, I settle for $1 million.
That's okay. Just $1 million will do.
Tell you.
That'll ease all of our pain.
That's for sure.
They call him a fringe conservative and all that all over the articles. But basically, he's saying the deep state, they're trying to break. They had to sleep in his own studio that night to avoid, to stop the authorities from putting padlocks on his studio, according to him. And that's what he's been saying. I just wanted to kind of add that there. And it's
why are they doing this to him?
That's what's unclear.
And if it's true, why are they doing it?
That's what's unclear, and he said that he wants to keep some details under wraps because he's working with lawyers and all that.
Oh, okay.
So he isn't giving too many details out from I've seen, but he's saying that he had to sleep in there. So
should I play this out?
Let's play it here. I just want to quickly say, you've been warning people about this since January 6th and all that. You even said at church that all we're doing is fighting each other.
Yeah.
Remember what you said about that? About when we would go out and protest? It's like, why? We're fighting each other.
Right. Don't take sides. I was talking to some people over the weekend who are anti-abortion, And they all mad because of the pro-abortion people deal this election time season about abortion. They're pushing abortion, so they want to rally and protest. And when you talk to them, and I did with some of them, they've had abortions themselves. Their marriages are breaking up and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, well, nobody protesting you, right? And so I'm thinking, just think about it. Anti-abortion out there protesting, pro-abortion, pro-abortions, meaning people who are for abortion, out there protesting anti-abortion, and all they're doing are fighting one another. That's all they're doing. And both sides think that they're right. And then if you want to do something about this abortion thing, contact your representative. You voted him in so that he can represent you in the system. Contact them. You're paying them, and say, "Hey, I'm anti-abortion. Vote against the pro-abortion law," and you don't have to fight with anyone. But people don't realize that they join groups, and they forget that the fight is not against one another; it's inside of you. Because people don't pay attention to themselves. What a mess! But anyway.
No, it's just perfect that it happened after you said all that. And I say rock that clip to drive the point home. Alex Jones.
So, despite all that, Alex Jones won his viewer to not fall for the trap of violence. Do not fall for the trap of violence. Watch this from X.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing to understand about what's happening in America and the world today is don't get violent. Yeah. Don't have civil unrest that they'll call a civil war. Klaus Schwab and the globalists have said their plan is civil wars around the world, or color revolutions that destabilize and destroy a country, and then the globalists come in as the saviors. That's being done. They want a civil war in America. They've been pre-programming it everywhere. We do not want that. So I don't want any violence against any of the people that are shutting down InfoWars. I don't want to hear any talk about it. I don't want to see any of it. I'm sure they'll provocateur some of these groups themselves and anonymously, make threats against themselves to be victims. That's coming for sure. And for all people who say, violence is good, our enemies want violence because they're losing the information war. They're hoping for violence. Do you understand? If you study warfare and the modern system, violence is not the answer. So we're the victims, and I'm about to lay out what's happened. We're the ones being attacked. We're the ones being silenced. And so people ask how they can support us. I'm about to break it all down for you. Pray for InfoWars, share the articles, share the videos, share them from all the places you find, share them from Real Alex Jones on X, and just understand that we're being targeted. Clearly, it's overwhelmingly clear to me by the deep state, and it's very, very serious. So there's a lot of stuff that I can't talk about at this time for a lot of strategic reasons and other things, and I'm trying to work with my lawyers and stuff. They've got some points that are right. I'm right some of the time. When it comes to, I'm right most of the time. But the point is that this is a very, very serious time in America, and we're winning the culture war. We got to be cool and focused like Trump. We got to pray for Trump. We got to support Trump, because this is a criminal takeover we're witnessing. They're the ones saying if Trump gets in, he's going to persecute them. Everything they say he's going to do, they're doing it at a rampaging speed. So do not be violent.
Amazing advice, perfect advice. And if you were to practice being aware and not being violent in little things in your own life, you wouldn't think of being violent in big things. You would see how to deal with it. That is perfect advice. And it's weird, they push anger and then use it against you. You don't want to be angry. And during this time, especially like this year, with election coming up, it's like a real big deal. You know what I mean? It's the control freaks who have been in control for so long, they want to control you. They don't want to let go. So don't get angry. And you say, Nick?
I agree. Yeah, I just wanted to drive that home. It just fit. It just fit so perfectly with what you've been saying.
Yeah, I really like. I didn't see the full thing there until now, what Alex Jones was saying. But he's warning you. They want you to be angry. Look at Maxine Waters. She don't know. She's not aware of any Trump supporters somewhere in the woods trying to do anything, but she want it. She want to say it. She want to pretend it's happening so you can get mad and go do it.
Isn't it crazy how the world can be so insane and it could be even like World War?
Yeah.
But if you could just not get angry, you'd have a perfect life.
It'd be perfect peace. War is not the answer. Only love can conquer hate. Amazing. Thank you for that, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Any more about it?
No, that's everything right there.
Thank you. Alex Jones is right. And I would encourage you to work on, if you haven't already started working on the anger within yourself to overcome it, to realize that anger is not of you, it's not you, it's not yours, and it's not natural. And that is not necessary to be emotion. If you haven't already started working on yourself, I would suggest that you start doing that so that you can overcome the spirit of emotions, the so-called good one and the bad one, because the evil itself will deceive you and make you think that love is normal. Love is a good anger. I love my family. I love my this and I love my that. And it'll make you feel good, and it'll make you think that that is normal and good. But it's not. It's just a setup for the bad feeling that's coming right after that. 888-7753-773. 773-888. And I am taking your calls. 888-77-JESSE. Think about it, folks. And between now and you've been watching The Great White Hope, you've been watching what he's going through. You've been watching what he's been going through, right? And still going through. I saw a brief, I haven't seen the whole interview yet, but I'm going to watch it at some point, where the Great White Hope would be an interview, and he was asked, how much sleep does he get? He said, I don't sleep much. Not that I'm bragging, I just don't sleep much. I'm enjoying life, he said. In spite of all this stuff, he's still enjoying life. You can enjoy life too, in spite of the demons that try to destroy you. But you got to get a hold of you. You got to pay attention to you. You are responsible for you. You are your world. Nobody else is responsible for your world but you. What you going to do with it? How will you live in your own world? How? How now, brown cow? When and how will you take control of your own world? When and how? And if not now, when? Aren't you tired of living in your misery? Aren't you tired of taking long vacations, feeling good, a thrill of taking a vacation, and then when you come back home, it's still the same? You paid all that money for a vacation. You went to Europe. You went to overseas or wherever. You went down to the mountains. You went to Big Bear, and you felt good going to Big Bear, and you felt good preparing to go to Big Bear. You and the family or friends went to Big Bear. You came back home, everything's still the same. Like, what the? It was just a thrill. 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. Quick break. When I come back, your phone calls and super chats. A spiritual battle, a spiritual battle, a spiritual battle. Back in a moment.
I have books that are amazing. I highly recommend you get them.
7 guaranteed steps to spiritual, family, and financial success guide. Even if you're not starting a business, but you have a job, or you're on welfare, it can help you if you do. Be doers of the word, all right? From rage to responsibility. From rage. That's what I write about in the first chapter, especially how I overcame. Scam. How the black leadership exploits black Americans. They are using them, and blacks are too willing to be used. And then my last book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. They are all amazing books, and they are helpful. Go to rebuildingtheman.com if you want an autographed copy, or call 800-411-2663. This is the Great White Hope. I think Donald Trump's life is so interesting to me. It reminds me of Christ's life and how he, according to what I read about him, Christ, how he endured in such a way that all human beings did not understand it. And Donald Trump is the same way to me. And I've been like, I made sure to keep a little space between observing him and not making him like my king. But I wanted to observe him from the day he came down the little elevator there at his hotel and announced that he was going to run. I'm like, what manner of man is this? The wind and sea obey him. The escalator, not elevator. The elevator is the thing you get in and come down. The escalator is the stairway that roll down, right? Thank you, Hake. But you should observe him. Just watch him. You'll be surprised what you're going to learn. He was like, I don't sleep that much. He said he rarely eat breakfast. Amazing. So the Hake report is coming up at 9 a.m. this morning. The Hake, H-A-K-E report.com from 9 to 11 a.m. 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then at 11, Joy on Friday TV. He black. Joy on Friday. And at 12, The American Anchor Baby at 12 noon. Lots of stuff going on. I want to go to Jordan. Jordan River, I'm bound to cross. I got one more river. I got one more mountain. I got one more valley to cross. Oh. You heard that song? What you say, Nick? You heard that song, Hey? Jordan River, I'm bound to cross.
No, I hadn't heard that.
I got one more mountain, one more valley, one more river to cross.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Jordan.
Hello, Jesse. Good morning.
Good morning. Are you on a speaker or something?
I am. Is it coming in all right? I got a problem with my phone where I have to use...
hold on, buddy. Let Nick. You all loud. I'm going to let Nick talk to you and see if there's anything. that can be done about it. Desiree, a first-time caller out of Nevada. Desiree, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse. First off, I love you.
Thank you. I love you back.
So I just wanted to refocus as a believer, a knower of Christ. What do we do when the political sphere fails us and the Great White Hope is shut down? When are we going to refocus on Christ's return and the freedom that he offers? None of this stuff matters anymore.
Amazing. When you say Christ's return, what do you mean?
The voting that we're doing, the rallying, these topics that we're constantly talking about.
Well, we need to, especially as Christians, we need to be aware of the politics in our country, because if you don't, the government, being evil as it is, will quietly and secretly take away all your rights. They will even take away your rights to assemble and have church on Sunday, because they don't want Christ mentioned at all. So we need to be aware of that. We need to be involved. We need to vote, and hopefully vote in the right people that are going to protect our rights rather than taking them away. Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with that, just as the Antichrist has been recently revealed. What happens when people are accepting neurochips and our American government doesn't even matter anymore? There's a new world order taking place.
So you don't agree that Christians should be involved in politics?
At this time, it's becoming less and less relevant.
And so you don't believe that Christians should be involved in politics?
I don't.
And who will be involved in politics if the Christians are not involved in it?
This stuff has already been written out. We are in the end days, my brother.
Who will be involved in politics if the Christians are not involved in it?
The goofballs that are already involved.
And who will protect the Christians from them?
Jesus.
What do you mean?
The Holy Spirit.
What do you mean?
We are really at a point of no return. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to trust you as a man in leadership. Let you continue on.
But let me just ask, when you said something about Jesus returning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when will he return?
No one knows, but it seems as though we're at a point where it's all downhill from here, and we're going to have to endure and suffer.
I don't know why. Why would we have to endure and suffer? And you may be right. That's what I'm asking, Desiree. What is it that we're going to have to endure and suffer?
At this time, there is so much to grieve about and so much worth fighting for. People like yourself who decide to get up every morning and talk about these important things to hopefully inspire some sort of strength behind it.
But, Desiree, do you not know that Christ has already returned?
If the Holy Spirit lives in me and in you, of course, he is living and he is here. However, I'm talking about when he comes to redeem his people. And
do you know that he has already done that? We have already been redeemed.
You know what? Thank you for reminding me of that. I'm speaking more so of the book of Revelation, where all this evil gets shut down.
It has already been shut down.
You know what? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's the truth.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, Desiree. I appreciate you.
Good day.
All right. 888-775-3773. Is it Dana? Dana? Yes. Yes. Dana? Let me go out to Kentucky. First time caller. There's a line open at 888-775-3773. Dana, a first-time call out of Kentucky.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me and giving me that phone number so I could call you. I just went on your website and subscribed and stuff. You're pretty cool, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I did have a few comments though, and maybe you can ask me some of them crazy questions. But my dad, he was always like, "Be a man first, son. Be a man first." But he never really laid it out like you've been laying it down. You know what I mean? And I'm in my 50s now, and it's like boom, like you turn the light on, dude. And I just love it. And you're calling everybody out on all this bull crap. I don't want to cuss words or anything like that.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, I grew up in the inner city, Covington, Kentucky, just south of Cincinnati, in the black neighborhood.
Yes.
And I felt like I was the minority, even though I'm a white man. But all my neighbors was black, and the government was saying that they was the minority, and they needed all the favors and all the special treatment, and they were being picked on. But I was the one that had to run and use the alleys and go to school on the railroad tracks and watch my back constantly because I got jumped all the time for being white. You know what I mean? But the government, they don't know all that.
I pity any white person. I pity any white person, male or female, that goes to a predominantly black school. You're gonna catch hell. I saw that happen. I saw that happen in Indiana. I was in the 11th grade. I went to school there for a minute. And when the black mayor took over, black people went insane in Gary, Indiana.
You're right.
And they started attacking white people in ways I didn't even know existed. And so I know that this is why I don't understand why white people send their children to schools where it's mostly black, because their kids are suffering.
Right. I know where we lived at. I went to. It was mostly a black school, but one time I got beat so bad, I woke up like 3 days later in the hospital because they caught me on the rail. I was in the 9th grade. They was upperclassmen, 12th graders, but they beat me so bad. I woke up like 2 or 3 days later in the hospital, and my dad, we moved right after that. And you know where we moved to?
Where?
The center of the project, right dead in the middle.
Oh, he moved closer to it? Why didn't they take you away from that?
Do what?
Why didn't your parents take you away from that?
My dad, he's I don't know. My dad was a Vietnam veteran, sergeant.
But what I'm asking is, did they see their son getting beat up by the blacks?
Yeah.
Over and over and over again. Why didn't they move you away from that?
My dad was always, he named me Dana. He wanted me tough. So, but when we moved in there though, he became friends with the old guys. And, once they tried jumping me some more or whatever, but these guys, they had my back. These black guys had my back. They're like, that's my grandpa's friend's son. You mess with him, you mess with me. You know what I mean? So,
but Dana, when you were asking your parents, when they would know that you were getting beat up, you were white, you get beat up by the blacks.
Right.
What was their reason for not putting you either in another school somewhere else or completely moving away from that environment? What was their reason?
I don't know what their reason was.
Oh, they never did say?
No, they never did say.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I don't know what the reasoning was behind it, but all I know is like when I see your videos and stuff, it all just like makes perfect sense. And, like you talk about because I'm a Christian and like my wife, I've tried. I mean, we're kind of newlyweds, Jesse. We've only been together since like '87, but we've raised kids and everything. But I feel like there's she's always been like real controlling and stuff, and I gave up that power of being the man, that I wasn't the head of the marriage the way I was supposed to be. because I thought being a man was just doing everything. You know what I mean? Paying the bills, taking care of the kids, cleaning the house. She always had these, she's disabled, so she always had, you know, all these excuses and all this. And I feel like our marriage wasn't put together by God.
It wasn't. Why did you marry a woman that wouldn't? Why did you feel like what now?
I said I feel like it was put together by Satan. That my marriage was.
Are you still with her?
Yeah, I'm still with her, but I don't sugarcoat nothing. I tell her how it is and how I feel, and so we're constantly, you know, just in total opposition to each other. And I feel like I kind of failed my kids, you know, because I wasn't that stand-up man. But like I said, if my dad would have just laid it out there the way you're laying it out there and was just completely honest instead of being so vague with the be a man thing, then I wouldn't be in this situation that I'm in.
And
you know what I mean?
Right, you're absolutely right. But I want you to know that every day is a brand new day. Yesterday doesn't exist. Right now, this day, this morning, you have a brand new chance. Every hour, every day is brand new. And so just start now working on you. Drop the anger. Start standing up. Don't argue with her. Don't argue with her at all. You just lay down the law and don't argue. And whatever if she decides to leave, bye. If she stays, good for her. But so it's not too late.
Right. That's what I'm doing. I don't think it's too late either. But
have you forgiven your mother?
Oh yeah, I've forgiven my mother.
You told her?
My mom? Yeah. Oh yeah.
What did she say when you told her you forgive her for screwing you up?
Oh, it makes it just blesses her so much. It makes her so happy.
Nice. And how about your father? How about your father?
She blesses me. Oh, he passed. He's passed now.
Oh, okay.
But my mother, she's in her like 70s, late 70s, and she's just so blessed. And she was always, but I talked her into reading the Bible, but she studies things too in depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I told her, now keep it simple. Don't study it too. But she did every single word, and it kind of messed her up because she was like, I read the Bible, I studied it, and I came up with a conclusion. I said, what's that? She said, it's all bullshit.
Ooh.
But I can see a change in her overall aura and the way she lives, and her heart's changed.
Right.
So it's even though, and then when I quote scriptures, she'll quote some back to me. So, you know, that was just words.
Yeah.
Because it had a positive effect on her. And,
amazing.
It is amazing. It's an awesome thing.
Well, dang, I got to
now
remember.
God's put you in here to help me. You know what I mean?
Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. You haven't seen anything yet,
sir.
all right?
All right, man. Well, sorry for being so long-winded.
No problem.
All right. Well, hey, make it a great day, man.
You too. Call me again.
All right, buddy. All right.
Bye now. 888-775-3773. Let me go to California and start to Stacy there's a line open, so I want it. 888-77-JESSE. Stacy, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Okay. I'm calling for you.
Hello?
I'm calling for you.
You calling for me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you're on the air. Hey, Stacy?
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
The father, he gave me a dream and a message to come home to you.
Stacy, hold on for a minute. I'm gonna let Nick, those guys out there, find out what it is you want to say. I'm not understanding what you're saying. Don't hang up, Stacy. Just hold on. Super chat. Super.
Prep Ham Paul gave a Rumble rant. He's a monthly supporter. This was on Friday, saying, Hassan, all Trump is enduring and you need more before you commit your vote? Come on, man.
Amazing.
Because on Friday, Hassan gave his expert opinion on it.
Yeah, I felt like Hassan was letting go. But I don't think he's not quite letting go of Trump yet.
Right.
He's just disappointed about some things.
He's just low energy about Trump. Right.
Amazing. Thank you.
Falcon Ing says, tell Hassan, listen to Trump speaking now. He is full of life.
He's definitely full of life. I saw that a little portion of that interview that I'm going to have to watch a little later, and it's like, I'm like, wow, amazing. Thank you.
Shout out to Alexandra, who donated a very generous Cash App tip.
Thank you.
With no message.
I appreciate you, Alexandra.
Bond JLP on Cash App. Scott also gave one saying, Hassan sounds like my ex-old lady. What the? That came in on Friday.
What the? Thank you.
Scott gave another saying, I don't even know who you are anymore. Bambi eyes emoji.
Come on, man. I wonder if Hassan's dog giving up on Trump, too.
Probably.
Amazing.
So much for loyalty.
On Friday, Joel showed me a video. Joel, he showed me a video of a dog being raised outside, full of life, full of energy, jumping across the river to the other side of the road, just full of energy. Uh-huh. Then he showed me a picture of a dog that looked like Hassan's dog, can barely get up on the couch. Amazing. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Scott, for your Cash App donations. On buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, Not a Victim bought a coffee Friday saying, men don't have salt in their sack anymore, if you know what I mean.
Amazing. Thank you.
Salt in their sack means courage and intestinal fortitude, I'm told.
Oh, thank God.
To be tough.
Amazing.
And have resolve. Mo Betta bought a bunch of coffees. He bought 5 coffees here saying, I miss our old school Friday callers. Last I heard, Maze was seen walking around Southside Chicago looking for a rock she thinks she dropped on the sidewalk the night before.
What the?
Earl, rest in peace, he says. I don't know. Probably passed in Detroit construction outhouse near his dog catcher truck after too many of them spicy tacos. Lately, I can never attend.
We all know what happened to Earl.
Yeah.
Ah!
Lately, I can never attend the live due to time zones live stream, but wanted to say I miss you all. Thanks, JLP and experts.
Earl the squirrel. I think he going
nuts. Thank you. And thanks for your support. Earl the squirrel.
Richard bought 3 coffees saying, Jesse, what is your view of the Lord's concept that with the Lord, one day is 1,000 years and 1,000 years as one day? I watch church every Sunday and hope one day I'll be able to go. Big smile emoji.
There is no time in God. He's always right now. Right now. No time. And you're welcome anytime to tell. We had amazing fellowship yesterday. I hope you caught it. rebuildingtheman.com/church. Thank you.
Mo Betta stand up. Distracted by Earl, rest in peace. And Maze still looking for her rock she dropped last night, Southside Chicago. I forgot to mention Rick out of Hampton, Virginia. Always love to hear that dude. Buy a coffee to get him on next show. His positive energy feeds into us, JLP audience, very well.
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah.
Shout out Mo Betta.
Yeah. Let me take a quick break. 2 more hours to go. Back in a moment. From rage to responsibility. I write about how the spirit of anger was taken away from me 29 years ago. I forgave my mother who tried to turn me away from my father, and I returned to my father, and through him, my father on earth, and through him, I was able to return to God. No man or woman can return to God unless you go through the Son. And men are sons of God. There may be weak, pathetic examples of it, but it's the spiritual order of life. God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and woman over children. So get from rage to responsibility. I write about that. Go to my website, rebuildingtheman.com for an autographed copy, or call 800-411-BOND. And donate to my nonprofit, Bond, the Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny. We are rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man.
Rest in peace to that German cop killed by an Afghanistan man. AF Post on X and far left Reuters report that the German police officer attacked by a knifeman this past Friday during a protest, he has died. 29-year-old policeman stabbed by a Muslim, presumably, on Friday in the German city of Mannheim during an attack on a so-called right-wing demonstration. The suspect was a 25-year-old male with a knife who severely injured 6 individuals, killed one apparently, right? One of those 6, I think. He stabbed the police officer several times in the head, which means more than once per a police statement. The officer underwent emergency surgery immediately after the attack on Friday, placed in an induced coma, but he succumbed to his injuries on Sunday. Police shot and wounded the attacker. A live stream broadcast from central Mannheim on Friday had shown the anti-Islam activist Michael Stuerzenberger. I'm probably butchering his name. He was preparing to address a small crowd at an event put on by Pax Europa movement. I believe the YouTube live stream caught the attack and the confusion in which the police apparently went after the wrong guy at first. Some speculated the police were virtue signaling by going after a white old man instead of the young Muslim terrorist with glasses, knife or knives in hand at first, and a nice haircut and a beard. But that's unclear. It's unclear whether they were virtue signaling or just sincerely confused about the situation. You don't always see the knife. The German court had ordered, on Saturday, the man born in Afghanistan, who was held after that knife attack at an anti-political Islam event. 25-year-old man born in Afghanistan, lived in Germany since 2014, since he was the age about 15 years old. He's now married, has 2 children. Officials offered no information regarding a motive for the attack on Friday. Sounds like terrorism, though, if I were to speculate, but I guess we're not supposed to speculate. But that was on the central square in Mannheim. The suspect was shot and wounded by police, hospitalized, not in a condition to be questioned. He had no prior police record. Doesn't mean that he wasn't a criminal, just hadn't been caught. They haven't disclosed the suspect's citizenship or immigration status or how he came to Germany. And that group, Pax Europa, they describe the one that was attacked. The group describes themselves as an organization. They inform the public about the dangers posed by the increasing spread and influence of political Islam. Michael Stuerzenberger, an anti-Islam activist, one of the group's leading figures, has spoken at its events. He was among those wounded, by the way. And rest in peace to Mexico. Claudia Sheinbaum won Mexico's presidential election. According to CNN and the far-left female-run outlet The Skim, this is the country's largest election per projections. Voters in Mexico headed to the polls yesterday to decide whether leftist Claudia Sheinbaum, not a Christian, or so-called conservative I don't know how to pronounce that name, Xochitl Galvez should be the country's next leader. 2 women? The 2 women were the country's leading contenders, with a third male candidate trailing far behind in the polls. Goodbye, Mexico. Going from bad to worse, I'm presuming. This Claudia Sheinbaum woman is a Nobel Prize-winning scientist, former mayor of Mexico City, and an ally of outgoing Chinese-backed President AMLO, who said hugs, not bullets, abrazos, no balazos, and Andrés Manuel López Obrador. So this Galvez woman, Xochitl, was a former Mexican senator who vowed to be tougher on criminals, but we don't want tough on crime in Mexico. We want women. Although crime was a top voter issue, rising cartel-linked violence, more than a dozen political kidnappings and assassinations. I heard 34 political candidates or applicants had been killed by criminal organizations seeking to influence those with power. So it's going to be a big mess in Mexico. By the way, when is America getting a female president? I'm James Hake.
stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Desiree Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show already. There is a line open if someone wanted. You can jump in there by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. Jesse. Brand new biblical question for this week. A new one, and it's a doozy. What are you trying to win? What are you trying to win? Have you ever thought about that? What am I trying to win? That's amazing. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show, JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're busy out and about anywhere in the world, we are heard around the world by everybody and their mama. You can call the listen line. You can podcast all the shows that a lot of you have been doing, but you can be listening no matter what you're doing. By calling the listen line on your iPhone or iPad at 605-615-4131. That's 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk. And we're going to get to all your super chats as well. Or you can go to Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It's Monday. It's the second hour of Monday already. Every Monday is... And we take all calls and deal with all issues, but it is Female Monday. All my life, I had to fight.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
So long. 888-7753-773. Let me go to first-time caller out of Ohio, Wendy. Wendy out of Ohio. Wendy, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello, Jesse.
Hey, Wendy. Thanks for calling.
Yes, I listen to your show, and I do the silent prayer morning and night. And my question is, how do I forgive my daughters that don't talk to me?
By apologizing to them for imposing your will on them, and let them know that you did your best, but you're wrong, and I'm sorry about it.
Okay, but I mean, like, since they don't talk to me, I can't physically tell them.
Oh, I see. They don't want to communicate with you at all.
No.
Have you tried to FaceTime with them?
I've tried talking to them on several occasions. The last time they spoke to me was my mother's funeral, and that's because they felt like they had to.
Oh, okay. Well, here's what I recommend. Realize what you have done wrong to bring on that anger that they have against you, and see that you were wrong, but don't hate yourself for it. It wasn't you. It was something driving you. And then just forgive them and go on and live your life.
Okay. Yes, because I am working on my anger.
Yeah, but you can't make other people play with you if they don't want to play. But don't be mad at them because they don't want to play, right? You just forgive them and work on you. Have you forgiven your mother?
Yes, I have.
Did you tell her?
She's deceased. I told her, well, she was passing, but I still had anger towards her afterwards.
Yeah.
But I had recently forgave her.
Good. And because what you did to your children is exactly what your mother done to you, and that's why you did it, because that anger is passed down from generation to generation until somebody finally realize it's wrong to be angry and overcome it.
Exactly, and that's it, because my mother turned me against my dad.
Yeah. Amazing. And have you forgiven your father for not protecting you from her?
Yes, I have. Again, he's been gone since '94. He was an alcoholic.
Yeah, because he hated his mother and he hated your mother.
Yes, he couldn't deal with my mother.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you're going to be fine, you're on your way when you stay with the silent prayer, you watch the thoughts, and you have tried to apologize to your children, but they don't want to hear. So just leave them in their hell, and you work on you and live your life. Just wish them well, but don't try to contact them anymore. Don't try to make them accept anything. You just live your life.
All right. Thank you so much, Jesse.
I wish you well, all right?
All right. Thank you.
Okay. You can't make anyone change. You can't even change yourself, right? And so you definitely cannot make anyone else change. I don't care if it's your kids or whomever. You have to let them suffer until they are ready to overcome their hell. And anyone that has anger has fear. Anyone that has fear has hell. You have anger, you're living in fear. Let me go quickly. There's a line open, 888-7753-773. Let me go to Derrick, a first-time caller out of Wisconsin. Derrick, welcome to the show. You're on the air. Hey, Derrick.
Hello?
Hey, Derrick, you're on the air.
Hello?
Derrick, you're on the air.
Hi, my name's Derrick.
You're on the air, Derrick.
I'm a black conservative.
Uh-huh.
I know that's surprising, but I wanted to call and ask you.
You say you know what? You know that surprised me?
No, I know. It's surprising, yes, because I know most blacks are liberal.
Oh, I got you. Okay, go ahead.
So I wanted to ask you, how come when someone like me tells another black person that the problem with the black community is not racism and privilege, it's black people, mainly children, that is not growing up with fathers and destruction of the family, I get called Uncle Tom and a coon?
Because they don't want, number one, they don't want to hear the truth. They love their hell, they love their misery, so they don't want to overcome it. And also, they hate white people, and they love being victims. And so when you do try to tell them, don't impose it on them. You just tell them if they don't accept it, you be done with it, and move on with your life, and just work on you. And don't try to make them see the truth at all. Let them suffer until they're ready.
Yeah, because and like most of your interviews I watch, most blacks, when you interview them, they'll always say, well, what about white people? Or they'll say they don't care about being disliked, which goes to your point on blacks being immoral. So I was just wondering why some don't get it, but people like me do.
Yeah, it's meant for you to see it because you want to see the truth, but most black people don't want to see it. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Right on. Well, you work.
I'm a Gemini like yourself.
Well, nice. Like the Great White Hope too. He's a Gemini.
Yes, I'm also. I was a black liberal myself. I voted Biden in 2020, but that's because I didn't know any better. But I've been working a solid job for 2 years, and I've met conservative friends, and I watch conservative videos, and I've been to conservative meetings, and like I'm now starting to see that the left, the people that I did originally vote for, are liars.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing. Well, welcome aboard, man. And you stay.
Someone told me that our body the reason why men can get pregnant was because our bodies are constructs. Yeah, it was just full garbage.
Yeah, men can't. No way a man can get pregnant no matter what. I mean, Derrick, thank you for your call, man. Call me again, all right?
God bless you.
You too, buddy. Thank you. 888-7753-773. There's a line open. Let me go to Veni, a first-time caller out of Georgia on my mind. Veni, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning. How you doing?
All this way. I thought Veni was a man. What's up?
It's short for Vanetta.
Oh, nice.
That's my grandmother's name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice name.
Thank you. Yes. My problem is that I forgave my mother, and I am going to call my father and forgive him. And I am afraid. Sorry, I'm about to get emotional. I'm going through what my kids call my mental pause as well. I'm afraid that I won't be forgiven for denying the existence of God.
What do you mean?
Well, for a long time, I was raised Southern Baptist, and then I was atheist. And in 2015, I accepted Jesus into my heart for the first time. And from my understanding, denying God is the worst that you can do. So can I be forgiven for that? Will he forgive me?
There is nothing at all that you can do or not do that God has not already forgiven you. He has never held anything against you at all.
Thank you.
So there is nothing for him to forgive you for because he's never held anything against you. So you're fine with God.
All thoughts are all lies all the time.
That's right. All the time.
He is, the devil's bird dogging me, baby.
Yeah, that's what's happening. You're absolutely right. The devil is bird dogging you. It's not God, and it's not you. Which is easier for you to accept? That you are a sinner, or all your sins have been forgiven?
Wow. I really can't answer that. Because even though you just ease my mind a bit,
yes,
I still have that. I still have it in my head, that I'm not worthy of his grace. Sorry.
No problem. Take your time. And when you say, so you don't know which is easier to accept, that you are a sinner or all your sins have been forgiven? You don't know which is easier for you?
Well, I feel like I still sin.
And
I repent, and I try, and I catch myself faster than like, I have pride. Even though I thought my ego died, I still have pride. You know.
And who are you that have all this? Describe you to me.
Well, a child of God. I've had to let my ego die. I've had to let my mama identity die. I'm a child of God, and I want to be seen by my Father, my Heavenly Father.
And so who are you?
I know. Who am I?
Who am I to be blind? You say you're a child of God, right?
Yes, sir.
And so if you're a child of God, what is there to cry about?
Nothing.
If you're a child of God, what is there to be sad about?
Nothing.
And if you're a child of God, who is there to be judged or judge?
No one.
So why are you carrying on there?
I like to use the excuse I'm having a hormonal balance. Imbalance.
Right.
But, you know, that's just an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be at ease. There's no reason for me not. As I was on hold, I was doing the silent prayer because I was a weepy mess with the dude that answered the phone. And I'm a weepy mess with you right now, but not as bad.
And so, so you still didn't tell me who you are. Who are you?
I'm a spirit. The real me.
And how do you know that?
Because I do feel it at times.
And what is a spirit?
I transcend this, the satanic realm that we're in.
But that's not true, because if that's true, why are you feeling sorry and judging yourself and thinking that God is holding something against you?
Good question. You're going to tell me to answer it.
I'm sorry?
I said that's a good question, and you're going to say, answer it.
I'm going to say that was a question.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I need to believe that. I need to believe it.
And why don't you?
Because I'm college educated.
That is a problem, that's for sure.
It is, baby, because intellectually, that creeps in, and sometimes I feel foolish,
Intellectual people are totally insane.
Exactly. That's why I quit and became a housewife. I didn't even finish my college degree.
Nice.
To get my degree.
Yeah.
Yes, and no regrets ever. And oh boy, I was shamed more by women for being a housewife than no man ever said, ugh. But the women did.
They were jealous of you.
Yes, and I have beautiful, smart children, and they've forgiven me and their father.
I
and
know.
They're well on their way. Yes. And
so have
no
you
regrets
forgiven your
there.
father?
I am going to call him. I had to find his number. We were we haven't been in touch for many years.
Why haven't you been in touch with your father?
He left whenever I was a baby and moved out to California, and I had no contact with him at all until I was 14, and flew out there and met him and found out pretty much what I'd heard. I wanted to know for myself.
Yeah.
I'd heard awful things.
Yeah.
And found out that it was true. And, lived out there. At 14, you could do this in 84, 85 years old, 1985. You could get a job. Didn't even... Anyhow, I was 15, lived out there a year in Escondido and came back and called him when I had my first child. And he got on me because I quit college, and I haven't spoken to him since.
And so how do you feel about him?
I can see how my mother and her family ran him off.
Yeah.
I can see that. But also I could see that he was more than happy to abandon us, really, to my mother, because he never reached out.
Well, that's because he couldn't deal with your mother. Fathers don't leave their children.
I could see that.
Yeah, fathers don't leave their children. They leave the mother of the children. But the mother of the children, being wicked at heart, want you to believe they left you. And that's not true.
Right.
Fathers love
and
their
I
children.
see that. I mean, now as an adult, and I forgave her, but, I had to get back in touch with her. I didn't speak with her for 15 years, and I had to get in touch with her to forgive her. And I tried to have a relationship with her again, but she's trifling and toxic to my family. So,
Yeah.
But I still forgive her,
You told her you forgive her?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. Amazing. And so you need, I recommend, do what you want, that you maybe FaceTime with your father or try to see him if possible. And just forgive him too, because he grew up with a mama too. And he didn't know how to deal with your mother. And until he overcome his mother, he's not going to be able to deal with any woman in the right way. Because men hate their mothers, they hate all women.
Yes. Yes.
Do you obey your husband?
Yes, sir, I do.
Nice. And so, and so you, before I run here, I want to get to some other calls and super chats. You still didn't tell me who you are. The person that was crying, who is that?
I haven't forgiven myself, even though my children forgave me.
And who is the self that you have not? Tell me, describe the self that you have not forgiven.
Like what I've done that I feel, I'm still holding on to emotion. I'm an emotional mess. I really am. And I have a lot of doubt, and I'm unforgiving of myself.
And and the things that you did that you're unforgiving for, what made you do them?
Self-gratification. I did it for myself.
But who is the stuff that you were doing it for? You still haven't told me that.
You, I'm a waitress. I was a housewife, a mom. I have chickens. I take care of animals. I don't know.
So those are the things that you do, but you still haven't told me who you are.
Wow, I didn't think that would be so hard. Who am I?
Who am I to be blind?
You gotta sing again.
That you
it gives me a second to think. Who am I? I'm someone
in the mirror.
who wants this to stop. I want this strife inside of me to. I've got to let go. I've got to let go.
Let go of what?
Guilt, emotions. Yeah. Pride, not being able to ask for help for anything.
You don't need help for anything.
Yeah, I kind of do right now. Like, everyday things. And in 2020, my husband had a stroke, and I planned on going back to work when our youngest had turned 18, and then the pandemic happened, and
because of time.
My husband had a stroke, and he had to retire, and now I'm the primary.
And because of time, who are you?
I can't answer that, baby.
Okay, baby.
Seriously,
Is there possible there is no you? Is it possible?
That's very possible. That would make sense.
And so why do
I'm
you...
racking my brain. That is possible.
And if there is no you, who is there that God may judge?
Oh. No one, thank you. Thank you.
And if there is no you, who is there that you might judge?
No one.
And if there is no you, why are you feeling judged?
Because I listen to my thoughts.
Yes. You are in thoughts, believing a lie, believing an illusion that there is a you. And as long as you believe in this illusion that is you, you're worshiping the false self, you're worshiping the devil and calling him you. You and the devil are one.
He's not my daddy.
As long as you believe that is a you, he's your daddy. Can you hold for me?
Yes, baby.
Let me take a quick break. 888-7753-773. There's a line open. Back in a moment, your phone calls and super chats. Back in a moment. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they will become it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingaman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Eight 773 There's a line open. The Hake Report is coming up at 9 a.m. this morning. TheHakeReport.com from 9 to 11. And at 11, Joel Friday TV. He black. Joel Friday TV. And after Joel Friday TV, the American Anchor Baby. Energy given to him by God. Amazing energy. A genius. At 12 noon. And for personal shout-outs, I do them for you, all right? Shout-outs, birthday shout-outs, wedding shout-outs, anniversaries, congratulations, divorce, whatever the shout-out is. I will do them for you. Go to Cameo, CAMEO.com/Jesse Lee Peterson, CAMEO.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. And to donate to have your comments read out loud, and we are going to get to them, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. And go to rebuildingaman.com and make a donation, men and women. We got a lot of work to do. We'll help you, so help us to help others. I shouldn't have to ask, but I know you need reminding sometime. Rebuildingtheman.com/donate or call 800-411-BOND. 800-411-2663. Let me go quickly back to Veni out of Georgia, first-time caller. So, Veni, what are you thinking now?
I was thinking about what to say to my father when I call him.
Yeah. How about, I'm sorry for resenting you, I was wrong.
Short and sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. When you see...
I'm overthinking it.
And that's the problem. When you see that you are angry at him or your mother, you realize I'm wrong for being angry. I'm judging these people. They couldn't help themselves as I can't help myself, right? And then you go and forgive, and then God will forgive you and make you free.
Yes, sir. I believe that.
And hopefully you stay. You're doing this. You say you're doing the silent prayer every day, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, stay
before
with
I get out the bed, and many times during the day, and
right on.
When I go to sleep.
Well,
before.
If you stay with it, you're gonna see that there's no you. That all of your tears and all your sadness and all of your fears and all of your worries has been in vain. There was never you, and there is no you, and as a result of that, there's nothing to worry about because there is no you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And you're going to see that God has... you're going to see that God has never judged you because you're neither a sinner or a saint. You're neither right or wrong. You're neither good or bad. And because of that, there's nothing for God to forgive you for. He has already forgiven you way back when, and he has never held anything against you because you have never done anything wrong.
Yes, sir. I'm still in awe that I could not answer who I am. And you had me for 15 minutes. I was naming chickens and waiting tables. I collect eggs.
You're telling me all the things that you do and not who you are at all.
Right, because there is no me.
And it's interesting, too, that I do have to run, is that you are judging somebody that you're calling you, but there's no you to judge. But yet you're judging somebody, but there's no one.
Exactly.
And you feel like...
So it's not me judging then.
No.
It's Satan putting those ideas in my educated, intellectual...
100%.
Psychology, dude. Sir?
100%. It's the devil deceiving you, he makes you think you do things wrong, and then he makes you think that you're judging yourself, and then you feel bad about all this, and it has nothing to do with you at all.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Stay with it.
Thank you so much, baby.
You're welcome. And stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Call me after you talk to your daddy.
I'll try. Yes, sir. I will.
All right.
And thank you, and God bless your staff, and you guys are so awesome, and your staff, and young guys that I've met in my life, my kids' friends, especially my sons. You guys give me hope. You know, you're standing up, you're speaking the truth, you're not bowing down to screaming women and screaming men.
Well, you stay with it, all right? And call me again.
I will, baby. I will, baby. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye now.
All right. Love you. Bye.
But love you too. 888-7753-77. 773. Let me go to Stacy out of California. Hey, Stacy, let's try it again. You're on the air.
Okay. I'm calling because I love you.
Speak up a little bit. I love you back.
I'm talking about I love you. And I'm what? Oh Lord. And I'm going to come home.
You want to come home?
Yeah.
To my house?
Yes.
You want to
marry?
What?
Marry. I'm for real. I'm not playing either. I'm laughing because I'm nervous.
You want to get married?
Yeah.
Darling. Oh, darling. When we get married, we'll have a great celebration. Send out invitations to all my friends and relations. We'll have a ball when we get married. Amazing.
Amazing.
And when you want to marry me?
When you tell me to come.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you going to obey me?
Yeah.
You promise to obey?
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know when to come.
Okay.
You keep waiting.
Okay. Just keep waiting.
I keep waiting, waiting for the world to change. I keep on waiting. Amazing. Well, don't cry. Just wait.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Thank you, Stacy.
Bye.
Bye. Is she playing?
Amazing.
Amazing. Let me go to, there's a line open, 888-775-3773. Carl is the first time call out of Massachusetts. Carl, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
How we doing, Jesse?
All is well, Carl.
Yeah, all is well over here as well in New England.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful day. Huge honor to be able to call in. I just want to say I appreciate everything you're doing for the nation and for men and women, of course. It's a huge, huge honor to speak to you for a moment.
Thank you.
I just had a really kind of a quick thing. Obviously, well, this doesn't really pertain to me because I don't have a girl at the moment, but it's kind of like, I just kind of wanted to get like your perspective on what you think about dating and women kind of being over-sexualized with social media and with like Hollywood, with like the weird Netflix shows. Because I mean, I got a few buddies, you know, all ran into bad women that kind of put their life on hold for multiple years. And I just want to kind of just ask, like, basically that kind of quick question, which would be,
well, number one is,
what kind of perspective?
Number one, and how old are you?
27.
27. Women are looking for the love of a father. They're lost, just like men. They have been turned away from their fathers by their mothers, and they are empty on the inside, and they're yearning for their fathers. But they've been told, just like men, they've been told by the world that they're looking for education, they're looking for money, they're looking for sex, they're looking for drugs, they're looking for a house, they're looking for everything but what it is. And but they too are in the same condition as the men, is that they're angry and they've been turned away from their earthly fathers. As a result, turned away from God, and they're looking for the love of a father. And they're never going to be happy, or they're never going to have peace. They will never be happy, and it doesn't matter how much money they get from men or themselves. It doesn't matter how many jobs or how popular they are on YouTube or anywhere. They're never going to have peace until they return to the Father. They got to drop the anger. They got to forgive their mothers and return to their fathers. They have the same problem.
So yes, so you're saying that it's the same thing with men and women. It's just different with they want their fathers and men. Except I've been following you a little bit. It's basically that you know, mothers can hold on to their children, specifically their son, for too long. Is that kind of...
Yeah, the women, men and women, young and old, of all races, are looking for the father, return to the fathers. But because the mothers hate the fathers, they hate God. Satan is the woman's God, so she hate God, so she hates his children. And they will, and they don't know it. Most of the women don't realize that's what's going on, except for those who are starting to wake up. But they are holding on to the men and the daughters, really, because they are working on the behalf of evil, and they don't know that that's what they're doing. Most don't know. Some do, but most don't know.
Right.
And they are rather, the women would rather get rid of their husband and turn their sons into their husband due to the hatred of men, of their fathers.
Right. So it kind of trickles down from not a man or a woman particularly, but seems like the family unit kind of went downhill. I don't know if you could speak on that too, but
yeah, they took the father. They took the father out of the homes because the father represents God. He represents the light. He is the salt of the earth and the light of the world. And the darkness hate the light, so they took the fathers out and deceived the women by making them think that they don't need a man and that they're as equal to men and they don't have to obey men. And so they've done that because as long as they can control the woman, they can keep the woman away from the man and bring in evil upon the earth. So it's all the same spirit, Carl.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Thank you for that clarity.
Yeah, and the women that are dressing the Z women that are dressing like that and carrying on, it's all because they're empty and they're looking for the love of a father, but all they ever get is screwed. They never get love because the men are lost too. Men are trying to get the love from the women, and the women are trying to get the love from the men, but all they get is sex.
Right. Because it's basically like in like how we're all modernized, after the 40s or 50s, and especially now with media, it's all about. It seems like you're saying that basically everything's kind of inverted, so that women, they really want their father, but they'll just search for anything and just keep denying that yearning.
They're trying to find peace. And you can't blame the media, you can't blame the government, because the media is evil too, and the government is evil, so they're doing what they do too. That's why as adults, men and women must take control of their own life. They are responsible for their own world, and you can't, as long as you blame someone else about your condition, you're never gonna be free. Ain't no way to be free until you take full responsibility. Carl, thank you for your call. I appreciate it. 888-7753-773. Super chat. Thank you, Carl.
Super chats. Oh, Mo Better Stand Up bought 5 more coffees.
Thank you.
Saying Jake was stumped on Thursday. In his defense, and I don't know who Jake was.
Yeah, me either.
I was looking it up and I didn't find it. In his defense, Jesus represented God and got assassinated, lynched, murdered. I understand why they apply hard power against your show and do magic tricks on payment systems to donate to your show. But wouldn't it be amazing if Jews who are still waiting for their Messiah happened to have the same exact Jesus and his team of lawyers show back up as the new Jewish Messiah to judge their behavior since 1948? LOL?
The young lady that called earlier this morning, she is still waiting for Jesus to return. So a lot of people are waiting for Jesus to return, Christians and Jews alike, and they have not understood that Jesus already returned. It's already done. Everything is taken care of. It is finished, but they're waiting on something that's not going to happen. Isn't that amazing? Thank you.
Also on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Greenwall, 2 coffees. If y'all are getting mad about what's being done to Trump, listen to what he said at the South Bronx rally. Quote, you have to be the party of common sense. As opposed to the Democrat Party, it's a party of failure, extremism, and gross incompetence. And that's what it is.
Amazing. If you notice, the great white hope, Donald Trump, is still alive and well, meaning full of energy and doing what he got to do and dealing with the situation. And I want to encourage all of you, those that want to, I realize most don't. You love your misery. But those that don't love their misery, start working on little things in life. Stop reacting to those little things, and you will grow in dealing with bigger things. You really will. All right, but start small. Amazing. Thank you.
Wayne, I am that I am. Coffee. Hey, hi, Jesse.
Hey.
Jesse, not Jessy.
Hey, Wayne, that I am.
I have a 20-year-old daughter, second year college. She left a mess on the dining table, a potted plant with leaves everywhere, for 3 days. This morning I asked her to clean it up, and she agreed. Now she has left the house and left dishes in the sink, which is a standing house rule. Should I just clean up the table and do the dishes? I do silent prayer and have forgiven my parents with perfect peace.
So if she gone already, she gone back to college?
Well, it sounds like she may commute, not sure.
I don't know, like, if she's not coming back for a while, you got to do the dishes. But if she just left for the day and she'll be back, I will make sure you leave the dishes and make sure she does them. But you know the situation, I'm not there. But if she gone for a while, I would suggest you do the dishes.
Thank you, Wayne, for your coffee.
Thank you, Wayne.
Kohlberger Art, 7 coffees.
Kohlberger Art.
Cool fellowship. Tons of demons dealt with and insight shared. Amazing. Salute.
Amazing.
Waving.
Thank you. Yesterday, fellowship was amazing. How many demons have you seen in you this morning?
I wasn't counting, but I did notice a little bit.
So you didn't hear the assignment yesterday?
I did.
Oh.
I just didn't count.
Oh.
But if I were to think back, 1, 2, 3-ish.
What is it for you? What is it like now knowing that this assignment, I gave an assignment yesterday or Sunday for a week for the people to notice how many demons they see in themselves. And what is it like being aware of watching for the demons?
It disassociates you from your lack of peace a little bit.
Meaning what?
Meaning, like, it sort of reminds you that if you care about something, that's a demon.
No.
Or if you're disturbed by something, a disturbance in the peace.
Yeah.
That's a demon.
Are you sad to have to give up all your pleasures?
Yep. Well, I haven't decided to do that.
But that's what you discovered with these demons.
Right, I know.
Hassan, how many have you noticed this morning? And you?
I don't really got too many left.
Yeah, right. How many have you noticed already?
Like a half of one.
A half of one? What's a half a demon?
Because it's like dying, So I'm just like looking at it, but it's like it's barely breathing.
What? Amazing, nice. Where you get that shirt? Amazing shirt.
This is the Great Black Hope. It's a design from Lock Your Door.
Lock Your Door. Amazing.
And you can find yours, I think, on you can always get your T-shirts on rebuildingtheman.com/stores. And this would be one of the JLP ones. Let's see, Spreadshirt or Printify? Spreadshirt. The JLP Spreadshirt store.
That's a nice shirt.
It's also on Printify. They're both there. They're both on. They're on both stores.
Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's rebuildingtheman.com/stores.
Amazing.
Okay. Wayne, I am bought another coffee. Hi, Jesse. How many demons did you see in yourself last week?
I don't remember. It was too many to count. Thank you.
So Tirios bought 3 coffees. Thanks for all you guys do. Keep it up, or should I say stay with it, stay with it, stay with it.
Thank you.
Shout out to Bobby for the Cash App. Very generous, Bobby.
Thank you,
no
Bobby.
Message.
Thank you. Let me take a quick break. 1 more hour to go. 888-7753-773. Back to your call and Super Chats. Back in a moment.
Thank you so much. The silent prayer. I'm 50 years old. At home, we have a 16-year-old, 14-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And I got to tell you, introducing the silent prayer to my family, instead of just sitting down and saying the same old prayer over and over again before we eat our meal, to just be silent, bringing all thoughts into captivity. Brother, that has been such a huge, huge blessing in our lives. I just want to encourage anyone to try that out. It's amazing to look around after we've done our silent prayer before we eat, to see the excitement in my kids' faces, like, oh yeah, Dad, I had a bunch today. Or the other one will be like, yeah, I had a couple things that I've been thinking about. It really takes root, Jesse, and so I want to thank you so much. And ever since then, it's been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, Tony. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. You're going to know God and His love. It's going to be amazing, man.
Our greatest president is okay with jail. Isn't that nice? And there's Israel-Middle East drama. 2 far-right Israeli ministers threatened to resign and bring down the whole governing coalition of Bibi if they do the Biden so-called peace deal. And North Korea is sending trash balloons to South Korea, sending their trash over there. What do they think they are, Canada or Mexico? This is the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It's Monday, June 3rd, AD 2024. The rent's past due. Maybe you have a few days yet. And so is the mortgage, I guess. I don't know. Stay tuned for hour 3. The last hour of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show is coming right up. You can call in right now during Hake News, not fake news. 888-77-JESSE, 1-888-775-3773. There is one line open, so you can get on hold to get on air with JLP, and he will get to you. CNN reports our greatest president, Donald J. Trump, said he is okay with serving potential jail time or being under house arrest following his historic conviction on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. I'm okay with it, Trump told Fox News in an interview that aired Sunday. But, Trump added, I think it would be tough for the public to take, At a certain point, there's a breaking point. A Manhattan jury, so-called jury, last week found Trump, quote-unquote, guilty on all charges in his hush money trial. It was extortion. He's the victim, but they're trying to make him the criminal, making him the first former president to become a convicted felon, according to CNN. Very fake news. In an attempt to appeal to younger voters, Trump has joined TikTok. That's the social media platform with ties to China that he has railed against as president. Crooked Joe Biden also is on TikTok, their campaign anyway, as the evil Biden administration has supported a nationwide TikTok ban. Yeah, but you better get on there because half the country's on there, supposedly. What a mess. You can check out the Trump speaking to Fox News after his guilty conviction. These are bad people, he said. Nice. Israel-Middle East drama. 2 so-called far-right, that probably means somewhat centrist, not sure. Israeli ministers that's what it means in America, far-right, when they call us far-right, right? Have threatened to resign and bring down the governing coalition of Prime Minister Benjamin-based Bibi Netanyahu if he accepts a peace proposal laid out by crooked Joe Biden. As if Biden understands what he's doing. Biden unveiled on Friday what he said was a 3-phase Israeli proposal to end the conflict in Gaza. Oh, like they ended it in Afghanistan and got our Americans killed? And Afghanistan people killed? That would pair a release of hostages with a full and complete ceasefire. Yeah, right. Crooked Joe Biden said Hamas has been degraded to a point where they could no longer carry out the type of attack seen October 7th that launched the current war in Gaza. 2 Israeli ministers, though, they made it clear they reject an immediate ceasefire. Benjamin Netanyahu has also signaled he's not ready either, casting doubt over Biden's proposal. North Korea said they will stop sending trash-filled balloons to South Korea after Seoul reported hundreds more airborne waste deliveries floating across the border. North Korea's vice defense minister claimed the trash balloons were strictly a responsive act to South Korea's years-long practice of sending balloons with anti-North Korea leaflets over their way. Wow, propaganda. Trash. Kim Jong-un's sister, Kim Yo-jong, a senior official in the reclusive North Korean regime, called the balloons sincere presents, giving them presents. South Korean official pledged his country would take unendurable measures against their neighbor for sending more balloons over the weekend, which will be specified in the coming days. What a mess. South Korea, I don't think they're much better. They're kind of globo-homo. Rupert Murdoch ties a knot for the 5th time. I don't think he's a Christian. 93-year-old billionaire married, quote-unquote, his 67-year-old partner, they call it. I think they mean a woman. Girlfriend. Retired molecular biologist Elena Zhukova. Newlyweds. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP. Hour 3.
to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Desiree Peterson. Welcome to the third hour of the show today. You can get involved. There are a couple lines open. You want to jump in there at 88, and we're going to try this at all costs. 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE, Jesse, Jesse. Brand new biblical question for this week. It's a doozy. What are you trying to win? What are you trying to win? Amazing question. What are you trying to win? If you're busy and about and you're not able to sit and watch the show live, but you would like to be listening while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, you can. By calling the listen line anywhere in the world. And the listen line is different than the call-in number. The call-in number is 888-77-53773. You want to talk now. But the listening line is, you can call on your iPhone or iPad at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. Anywhere in the world. And you can podcast as well. You can podcast all the shows. To donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk. And we are going to finish on those super chats. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. All right? Amazing. And don't forget to follow us on social media, X, JLP Talk on X, Desiree Peterson on Instagram, and we're on cozy.tv/JLP, cozy.tv/JLP, where Christ is King. Cozy. And Rumble. You got to know how to rumble.com/Desiree Peterson. Rumble.com/Desiree Peterson. So it's Monday. We take the ladies' call first on Mondays. We take them during the week too. But on Monday, it is Female Monday. All my life, I had to fight.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
They want to be at home, and that's true. Some. So I want to finish. Hake is here. I want to catch up on this super chats.
Okay.
Super
chats. DNA donated on Bond JLP on Cash App, sent JLP a tip. Bond JLP on Cash App saying offering
Thank you.
Sweet.
Amazing. I appreciate it.
William donated on Cash App saying, for you, you shouldn't have to ask. Literally my last.
Right on. Thank you.
Someone bought a coffee.
Thanks for donating. Thanks for helping us to help others.
Yeah. Someone bought a coffee 2 weeks ago during church when you said it's just a thought. I realized what you meant was none of it is real. And all the mess that was accumulating within me over weeks and weeks disappeared as if it were never there. So now when I say out loud it's just a thought, it's a reminder that all the hell, all the mess is not real. I was just convinced it was.
Yeah. A thought is just a thought. It's just an empty thought. But you've been believing in them for so long, you think that they are real. You live in an illusion. Isn't that amazing? You're really living an illusion. You got to die daily from the false self. You don't have to. You can stay in your hell, or you can be free of it. You can have peace on earth or hell on earth. It's up to you. Amazing. Thank you.
Someone bought 3 coffees. The more I do the silent prayer and work on myself, the more distant people, friends and family, seem. Beginning to disconnect from others. I really can't stand people now. Am I wrong for this?
No. I know what you mean, and you're not wrong. Just don't be angry. It's like, the more I give, the more I want. Can't get enough of your love back. No. Who's saying that?
Something White.
My mind made up.
Barry White.
Can't get enough of your love, babe. I tried and I tried and I tried. I can't get enough of your love, babe.
I learned that from your bumpers when you used to play copyrighted music on the radios, when you were on radio.
The good old days. We had a hoot nanny of a time on radio. I started out doing radio. Most of you don't know that. And that's how we could play whatever music we want. We used to jam.
That's a fact.
Party over here. All in the name. Thank you.
Gen Z, 5 coffees. Good morning, JLP Universe. Only a few hours into the homework, and already the demons are too many to count.
Yeah.
They're relentless and feel like they will never go away.
The beauty about those who are working on their homework, I gave out the assignment this week, in hopes that people pay more attention to what's happening inside of them, is that the fact that you're taking the time to see what's going on inside of you and doing nothing about it but just seeing it, the devil and all of his little demons trembling in the gates of hell. They don't want that. They do not want you to become aware. They want you to be unconscious so that you will not know that it's not you. Really. They do not want you to see that something else has truly made a home in you, and it causes you to do and have done all the things that you have done. It was never you. And they want you to feel guilty. They want you to cry. And they want you to feel sad. And they want you angry. And they want you to worry. They even want you to commit suicide. But once you discover you is not you, pay attention, they're going to have to leave you and go find some other human being to make a home in, to dwell in, and live through them. Well, a must! Stay with it. Stay with it and stay with it. Amazing. Thank you.
Garcia bought a coffee. Nahum 1, 2 through 3. God is jealous, and the Lord avenges. The Lord avenges and is furious.
What's Nahum?
Nahum is one of the Old Testament books, I think.
Where?
In the Old Testament, in the Bible.
In the Bible. It's in the Word.
Yep. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserves wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Garcia.
I appreciate it, Garcia.
Eli the Exception bought a coffee. Morning.
Morning.
Have any of you guys heard of Airbark Airline? If not, tell Hassan to look it up and get his dog on a flight, LOL. Lastly, Mexico has a female president. I'm stunned.
I thought that'd been for a while now.
No, she was running, and now she's won.
Oh, she won?
According to reports, she's the projected winner, last I heard.
It's over.
And she was running against another woman.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's over for Mexico.
Indeed.
See you, senor. Gracias. Hola. Hola. Sí, señor. Señor, sí. It's over for Mexico.
Yep.
Didn't Mexico learn from what has happened here with the women being put in position over here? What? Aren't they right across the borders?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Eli.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eli, the exception.
Yeah.
Black Angel bought a coffee. Good morning, JLP. I sent you a birthday gift, and I miss the America I grew up in ball cap. Hope you get it. I think I sent it to your Bond P.O. box addressed to you. My mistake, my error, my fault.
What was it? What they sent?
Sent a birthday present to the P.O. box. I think the P.O. box works. I don't think
it does work.
Yeah.
And
that's the place to send it.
What was it?
I miss the America I grew up in, a baseball cap.
See, look.
We got a sign.
I miss the America. I mentioned this on the radio. I got the I miss the America I grew up in.
Did you get a hat?
I believe so. I did. Thank you very much. But I mentioned it. If I didn't, I have.
You want to grab that sign? Because they can't see that from the screen.
If I didn't, I had planned to mention it. So it's amazing. Right there. It's like the more you give, the more I want. Isn't that amazing? I miss the America I grew up in.
Amazing. Very nice.
I do. I miss the America I grew up in. I want my America back. And thank you for the cap too. I think you did. I do remember a cap too.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Amazing.
Mike Young bought a coffee. Hey, James Hake, just to have some fun, what show did you watch the most, He-Man or Thundercats? And if you had to pick, who would win in a fight, He-Man or Lion-O? I watched Thundercats. He-Man was too devilish. I wasn't allowed to watch He-Man. I watched a little bit of Thundercats at Grandma's house on Sundays. But I don't remember Lion-O. Is he the main guy?
I don't even remember.
So I'm going to say He-Man will win. You don't remember either of those?
No. That was before my time.
He-Man was Masters of the Universe.
That was before my time.
Oh, okay. It's cartoons.
Well, I like Popeye the Sailor Man.
Popeye was pretty good. He ate spinach, but it's canned.
That's right.
Ugh. I eat spinach, but not canned. Thank you, Mike Young, for the coffee.
Monto said that he was the main man with the real hair. Red hair.
Okay. Lion-O. He had red hair. Nice. I knew the gal. My brothers and cousins told me about the gal because she would run faster than Flash.
Amazing.
From Thundercats.
Thank you.
We're leaving JLP out of this JLP coffee, Mike Young.
That was before my time.
Falcon Ing bought a coffee. Big thank you to JLP and the experts. And shout out to my physical father who protected me from my mother and her smotherly love, to steal a phrase from our former best producer.
Nice.
Thus letting me learn for myself. White Heart, cheers.
Nice. Thank you. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. You got to forgive. There's never, ever, 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 but never a reason to be angry. Isn't that amazing? Never a reason. So as we talked about in the first hour this morning, and we played the soundbite from Alex Jones too, stay away from anger, folks. They want you to be angry. These are some very interesting times this year. The people that love power, they would do anything for it. They have so-called been in power the last 4 years, nearly 4 years. They don't want to give that up. So don't talk about a civil war. Don't try to bring on a war. Don't get angry. Don't do weird things. Just get out and vote. Go vote. Support Trump if you want to support him financially and whatever. Go vote for Trump, the great white hope, but don't get angry. Don't do crazy things. They'll lock you up so fast and it'll make your head swim. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay away from anger. Thank you.
Matthew 7, 1 through 2 posts Falcon Ing on Twitch, JLP Talk on Twitch. Judge not, lest ye be judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again.
Amazing. The one thing I can promise you, and without a doubt, and if you doubt me, pay attention to you. What you do to others, you're doing it to yourself. You do it to you. That rule is so live and well, it blows my mind to see that. What you do to others, you're doing it to you. Ain't no way around it. Isn't that amazing? Have you ever thought about the depths of that? As you judge, you're being judged.
A little bit.
What you do to others, because that's what judgment is, revenge and jealousy and envy and strife and all that, you are doing it to yourself. It's amazing. Watch it. Watch yourself, you'll see. Thank you.
Also on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, Renesio says, Jesse, do thoughts come from experience or the devil? There is still wisdom from age.
So what?
Do thoughts come from experience or the devil? There's still wisdom from age.
Thoughts come from hell. There are practical thoughts that come from heaven, from God. And so other than that, I don't know what he's referring to.
Okay.
But thank you.
Thank you, Renesio.
Thank you, Renesio.
C on C, 3 coffees.
Hey, C on C.
I ain't mad at the lady caller, laughing face with tears coming out, Stacy. If she's for real, Jesse, but lady, Jesse like 'em skeleton thin. Is you thick or thin? Also, why is it that whenever President Trump endorses these governors and politicians, or they endorse him back, the voters think that they are not out for themselves and doing a great job in the states they represent? No. A lot of the politicians don't care and out for themselves.
Yeah.
People need to wake up and start cleaning out those rhinos who don't do what they say. Brian Kemp from Georgia, he was cool with President Trump till Trump called him out for not standing up for him.
Yep. I remember that. Oh, thank you, Sia. I appreciate it.
Danny Moore bought a coffee.
I would like them too thin, yeah.
Not skeleton thin?
Right. What the? Thank you.
Danny bought a coffee. All right, Jesse and the lads. Jesse and James, do you think people are more awake, meaning returned to the Father now, than, say, 50, 60 odd years ago?
Not at all. They're sleeper now than ever. Absolutely no.
C on C bought a coffee.
Isn't it amazing that all that is required of us, if I must put a requirement on us, is to be aware, to be awake, to stay awake? That's all needed. Just stay awake and your life will be amazing. Isn't that like amazing when you think about it?
It is.
Just stay awake. That's all that needs to be done. And that's the hardest thing in the world for human beings to do, is to stay awake.
That's a fact. Crazy.
Isn't that amazing?
It is weird.
What a mess. Stay awake.
Right on.
Amazing. Thank you.
C on C, another coffee. Let's see Hassan Yeezy's Sandman's face. He looks so guilty of something. Aw, I like his face, but I'm a cat person. Don't patronize, Jesse. I'm sad.
Don't patronize. Amazing. Thank you.
Soul Conscious, 5 coffees. Jesse, church was amazing. I am counting the demons. Thank you.
That's the assignment this week. It's not the biblical question. That's the assignment. Count the demons in you this week. Just for 1 week. Just for 1 week. And see what happens. Know thyself. All I'm trying to do is to encourage you to know thyself. Because I can't make you see you. No one can make you see yourself. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wayne, I am that I am, bought another coffee. So, Jesse, help me understand. Is every thought stream a demon? What is the difference between a thought and a demon?
A thought is a demon. The nature of the demon. Except for practical thought. But it takes some time to even get to that. And God give us practical thoughts. Amazing. Thank you.
It's me, Zenya, donated on a Rumble rant saying, God bless. Triple exclamation mark.
And thank you. God bless you.
And thank you, guys. I do believe that that is all for now.
Amazing. Thank you. One quick thing. Anchor Baby, come here for a minute.
My bag.
While he's reading the next super chat, I need the Anchor Baby for a minute.
Jules Verne says, I've noticed, Jesse, people seem to tend to want to put the devil out in the world or in other people, but not their own minds.
Repeat that?
I've noticed, Jesse, people seem to tend to want to put to the devil out in the world or in other people. I think he means point to the devil out in the world or in other people, but not their own minds.
Yep.
Nice, Jules.
They don't want to. The hardest thing for the average human being to do, male and female, is to look at themselves. If they look at themselves, they will be free. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. And now that's all for now, I think.
Thank you. Nice.
Once again.
So it's James, you mentioned Sean during the super chat thing.
Yeah, because he said we need to start saying smotherly love now.
my ex-producer now.
Our greatest producer.
Yeah. So
On
far.
the shoulders of giants.
Our greatest producer. And so it made me just, let me check in. When you said that right now, it just crossed my mind. Let's check in on the ex-producer, Sean, to see what he's up to.
We need a little tranquility.
Yeah, a little tranquility.
Not tranquility, tranquility.
Tranquility. Like a vampire?
Tranquil means quiet.
Oh.
Peace.
Tranquility. So, can you show us?
Yeah. Well, Hassan will show him, but we actually I got a little, look, Sean's back home. You guys know that. He's back home, and he sent me a couple of pictures of him working on stuff, and I just see him back home in his element, working on his life. It's pretty great. I mean, I think he's working on air conditioning stuff, he told me.
He's working on air conditions. Yeah. He loves that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's busted out all the air conditioners from the property he's working on. There he is in the attic, dealing with asbestos maybe.
He's in the attic right now?
Yep.
Whoa,
blurry photo, but working.
He loves that kind of stuff.
Where's your mask? You have to wear a mask, Sean.
Yeah.
He's too alpha for a mask. Breathe through your nose.
Yeah, he ain't gonna wear no mask.
Well, he already knows to breathe through his nose.
So he's in the attic.
Yeah.
Knocking out the air conditioning.
And he's working on this beautiful property.
This is
which
his
he said
property.
We could show. And
he said we could show it?
Yes, he did.
It's beautiful, huh?
And looking great, working on his life and in his element.
Nice landscape in there.
This is my producer just left. This is the way white people like to live. All white people want to leave us alone. We want our first class life. We work hard to get our first class life, go to college, make buku money, buy nice homes, and keep it beautiful around our. We don't want to be fighting with no blacks. We just want our first class life. That is so beautiful.
Indeed.
Sean's so white, says cool guy Tyrone.
That's what Sean is doing, y'all.
Are those blue flowers or purple flowers?
Purple rain.
Beautiful. I thought only California was nice like that. Sean reported live from Jersey.
Purple rain, purple rain. All I ever want what to do in the purple rain. Purple rain. Wait.
I don't like that song. It's too like moody and sad and drama.
I like how James reacts to that song.
Come on, man. Play me some upbeat stuff like Michael Jackson.
You don't like Purple Rain?
It's okay. It's a well-written song, but it's just. Nice.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror.
No, that song is too moody too. That's written by a woman.
No, they're written by Michael Jackson.
No, a woman wrote it for Michael Jackson to sing.
Oh,
it was an anti-man.
That's
song.
why you don't like it.
No, that's not why. I mean, I like it, but it's just that's not an upbeat song. That's like a look at yourself.
What a sexist.
What about
looking at the mirror? Oh,
I will be with you. How's it go?
Well, that one is
You
too
are
sad
not
too.
alone.
Let's play.
That's the sad.
I'm here with you.
Why are
Most
you guys
precious
singing?
of Michael songs, just for Hake.
No, Ben is the best one.
What?
Well, that's definitely canceled because that's written by
Ben?
R. Kelly. No, You Are Not Alone.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Been the two of us.
Oh, yeah, that's about
Free
the
R. Kelly.
that's about the rat.
Yeah,
Ben
it's about
is the rat.
Yeah.
That's Sandy's favorite.
Sean, thank you for sending us an update.
Nice.
I know you're listening and watching. Thanks for sending us an update, Sean. So far, and we had amazing producers, but the best is just getting better producers. Thank you, Sean. So that's a little update about Sean, what he's into.
Nice.
He was not an a guy to work at a desk.
Yeah, you didn't want to be holed up in the cave for 8 hours every morning.
To the point that Sean would get it from his desk here and go around the building and look for stuff and get things done.
Yeah, look for stuff to do.
Sean, go finish whatever you got to do, and in a year, come back. I'll get you outside, and then we'll go viral.
He loved working with his hands.
I'll get you a man on the street. I'll get you out there.
Amazing. Nice.
We need hands. Nice.
So before you guys leave, and then I will take some calls. Speaking of how many demons are inside of us, I want you guys to comment on these demons. This is security camera footage of a man walking down the street, smoking his cigars. Cigarettes. When a female passerby brushed up against him, he immediately flipped and attacked the woman.
I'll describe. Yeah, go ahead and play it. I'll describe it for the people. But so he's walking up. He seems to be smoking just fine. Takes a puff of his cigarette. That lady barely brushed up against him. You might want to play that again since it's so short. Can you mute the hyperdeck actually this time? We don't need that music.
That's awful.
And you could play that again. As you can see, he seems to be fine, like just having a day. Barely brushes up against
That's
him.
his fault too.
Yeah, too. He's like walking side to side a little bit. Boom.
And he just shoves her all hard. Black on white crime.
And she's on the floor there. The video ends, but
wow, a black guy. Seemed to be a black guy.
made me think of that story you were saying.
What? How you know how you know she breasted against?
You could see it. You could see. You could see. In my opinion, that's what I saw. But you could see the movement of her shirt. You could see the impact. It's very slight.
He had his hand up, like holding his cigar.
Yeah, I saw that.
His joint or whatever it was that he was smoking.
It wasn't a cigarette.
Knocked her. Who knows what? Maybe it was a cigarette.
Yeah.
And
a Lucy.
It knocked her shoulder, I guess. And then he turns around and shoves her and gave her almost like whiplash, maybe, and she went face flat into the gutter off of the sidewalk.
But look like white people ought to know to look back when they pass a black.
And then he's like, "What? What the heck?" He held his arms out like she was wrong.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like
shouldn't white people look back?
Be alert. Give them extra space. Cross the street.
Black?
Yeah, go on the other side of the street.
Huh?
That happened to me.
It did?
Yeah, in L.A.
Whoa. Let me take a quick break. We'll hear that story, your phone call. The treasure chest is now open on D-Live. Back in a moment.
I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingaman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Okay, couple quick announcements. The Hake report is coming up at the top of this hour. Yes. Okay, coming up at 9 a.m. The Hake report.com. The Hake, Hake report.com from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then after the Hake report at 11 a.m., Joel Friday TV, he black. Joel Friday TV, he black. And then at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby, energy given to him by God at 12 noon. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Like, follow, subscribe, ring the bell, telephone, telegraph, tell everybody. All right? Thank you all for that. I do appreciate it. So, real fast, Nick, you want to tell us that something happened to you like that.
You just reminded me.
With that woman just now we just played.
I had recently arrived to Los Angeles, okay? I remember getting off the plane, and I actually remember when I got off the plane, as soon as I got out of the airport, I looked around, and I had a thought that said, did I make a mistake? when I just got off the airport. But
I bet.
Yeah, and then I remember the first person that picked me up was an Uber. It was an illegal gay guy. And I was like, wow, I arrived to L.A. Anyways, I get onto the metro train, in the first month that I was here. To take the metro train, and I barely brush up against this black lady, like barely, and she went off on me, and I never took the train again.
You barely? She got mad?
She got off, and she like, don't touch me, nah.
And you were just fresh?
I just got to L.A. and I took the metro train, one of the metro trains.
Why?
I was so used to taking the subway in Canada.
And why you just take another train that was headed back to Canada?
I endured. I endured.
Got off one plane and got on another one.
Yeah, I endured.
Amazing.
That's the story.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm looking at the phone.
Amazing. The phone's okay. Can I go out there?
Oh, yeah, he hasn't got him.
Yeah, tell him not to
Nick, get the phones.
Yeah, you're taking too long.
I'm running through.
Okay. We're training somewhere right now, folks. That's all. That was an amazing story. Y'all got to look around now, white people. You don't know. These people are high, and they're angry, and they, you can't take any risk anymore. Your life is at risk. And speaking of the number of demons, and we gave the assignment to watch the number of demons inside of you, right? They're everywhere inside of you. That's what's hot. All these wars and rumors of wars and races fighting one another and all that, it's all evil. It's all something else is driving you, and you don't realize you are possessed. It's not
You is something inside of you. You're not in control of anything. I want to tell you that that every human being is there are two hoops and a holler from becoming Jeffrey Dahmer. Every human being. Until you wake up. I want to show you this amazing story. Been trying to get to it for a while. Then I'll take your calls and your super chats, all right? This is from the Daily Mail. TikTok star Ali Abulaban found guilty of killing his wife after he caught her with another man on a couch. Watch this from CBS. Any day now, I will hear you say, goodbye, my love.
Okay. What can I get?
Ali Abulaban, who went by his username Jin Kid, is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder for the deaths of his 28-year-old estranged wife Anna and her friend 29-year-old Rayburn Barron. According to prosecutors, Ali installed a listening device into his 5-year-old daughter's iPad, and when he heard his wife and another man talking, he went to her home and shot them both to death. Then, still armed, he picked up his daughter from school.
Amazing. What do you think drove him to do that? Who do you think encouraged him to do that? It wasn't him. And that same spirit, those spirits that's inside him, Allah Abulaban, is inside of you. Every human being. That's what Paul talked about in the Bible. He said he finally realized it wasn't him, but something has made a home in him. You are possessed, and those spirits are causing you to do the thing, to think the way you are, to feel the way you feel, and do the things you don't want to do, and prevent you from doing the things you want to do, from being right. It wasn't him. Who do you think, or what you think encouraged him, if his story is true, to instill a microphone in the doll of his daughter to try to catch his wife? I guess his wife. He is, here he is in custody, describing the day he carried out the attack. Watch this from X.
Did you kill her? So when you heard Rayburn's voice, you went to...
I didn't recognize him. I didn't know who it was.
But what were you thinking?
I was freaking out. Oh my God, I caught her. Oh my God. There's a man. And then guess what? I hear nightmare. R&B music.
As you're driving to the apartment. What happens when you get to the apartment?
I go up and I see them.
What did you think? What did you think?
They were... Nothing. I didn't see that. I don't know. It was a blur. And I felt like I was on the passenger seat of my own body. When I opened the door and saw who it was, broke my heart. And to see her kissing Ray on my couch with his feet on my table. What do you expect a man to feel? Happy? Well, I guess that's the end of my marriage. No! That's my family!
Amazing. Amazing, huh? That's what's happening to every human being. It's the same spirit. The same spirit that drove him to do that, allegedly to do that, it's the same spirit that's driving every human being. It's the same spirit that drives you to be jealous, envious, worry, to compare yourself to others, to be suicidal, to everything, to feel good and to feel bad. Same spirit. He talked about, he was clear, something else made me do it. It was like something else in my body, something was driving me. I was outside of my body. He overreacted. He overreacted. And he thought it was him. And now that he's in jail, he has time to think about it. And it's crazy. Because I promise you that had he not made that woman and his child that important to him, and he heard that they were cheating, he would not admit anything to him at all. He would have walked away. Free man. Seek first the kingdom of God and his right way, and all will be added. You cannot put anyone or anything before what is right. You cannot put anyone or anything before what is right. Anyone. Your wife, your children, your parents, your mama, your daddy, your dog, your cat, not even you. The thing that you, other person that you put before seeking what is right will become your God. And it will control you. And it'll drive you right into hell. And I love how he explained it. Can we play that part where he explained what happened again? Just so you will see, this is inside of every human being on this side of heaven. That's why you must be born again. And born again doesn't mean what you think born again means either. But you must be born again. You must overcome evil by returning to good. Returning to the Father. This is Allah Abdullah Ban. He's talking about, according to the Daily News, he caught his wife with a man on his couch, and according to the report, he ended up killing the woman. Here's what happened when he heard them, according to the report. He is in custody describing the day he carried out the attack. Watch this from X. I just want to play it again so you can hear it.
Did you kill her?
Don't ask me that.
So when you heard Rayburn's voice, you went to...
I didn't recognize him. I didn't know who it was.
But what were you thinking?
I was freaking out. Oh my God, I caught her. Oh my God. There's a man.
Overreacting.
Guess what? Not here. Nightmare. R&B music.
As you're driving to the apartment.
I'm screaming. I'm like, don't do it.
What happens when you get to the apartment?
He's screaming. Don't do it. Don't do it. But it was driving.
What did you think? What did you think?
Nothing. I didn't see that. I don't know. It was a blur. And I felt like I was on the passenger seat of my own body.
Isn't that amazing?
When I opened the door and saw who it was, broke my heart. And to see her kissing Ray on my couch with his feet on my table. What do you expect a man to feel? Happy? Well, I guess that's the end of my marriage. No!
That would have been the right way. Amazing. Felt like he was outside his body. Don't do it, he was crying on the way over there. He overreacted. And every time you overreact to little things in your life, it's driving you to overreact to big things. That's why I'm telling you, with this deal with the Great White Hope right now, don't overreact. It's enough to see it, injustice, but don't hate it. Don't be angry. Don't overreact. Just give it a try. Try not to overreact to little things in your life and see how you're going to grow. Let me go. 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. Let me go to Vicki out of Texas. Vicki, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, bro. How are you?
All is well, Vicki. Thanks for calling.
Great. I just wanted to say that younger gal earlier that said that, she was waiting on Jesus to come back. I get that a lot.
Who was that? Who was that?
One of your callers, female callers, that said she was waiting for Jesus to return, as most Christians
Oh, yeah,
are.
I remember her. Yeah, in her conversation, she said she was waiting for God, for Jesus to return.
Yeah. Well, most Christians do believe that. And you know what? I used to too, Jesse. I used to believe that. I would fight someone tooth and nail about that.
And
but
what made you stop believing that?
Because I'm a free thinker now. And, when you're born again, you realize that, I've said it before, this is an illusion out here. And when you realize that Jesus, when he came here, he endured, like what President Trump's doing, like what we all have to do in order to overcome. You have to go through these things. But
I know, but what made you realize that Jesus, you said, had already come, you say?
Yeah, he said it was finished. It's already done. What more is
And
there
so
to
what
do?
made, for that woman that hopefully she's listening, what made you realize that he has already returned?
Just, to go within, watch your thoughts, and you see for yourself. You see that the Bible isn't the answer. Hearing from preachers and the Bible was rewritten so many times. They say, Revelations, but we're living in Revelations. Well, people have been thinking that they're living in Revelations for generations, right? But you live in the present with God, you firmly see that Jesus gave us a path of forgiveness. You have to forgive. You absolutely have to. You can't enter the kingdom with unforgiveness in your heart because that's hatred.
Yeah.
And that's not right. So when you see that he's given that path, you have to follow him. People say, I'm a follower of Jesus. Well, then do what he did. Do what he said to do.
Amazing.
He laid it clearly so that you you just see that he's already, when he was dying on the cross, he said, it is finished. That's all anybody needs to know. There is no more coming back. Now, we dropped the ball, right? Because he said that we who endured to the end would go on and do greater things than he, right?
Amazing.
And I believe that.
Absolutely.
So you just have to stay on the path as hard as it gets. Like, I've lost everything. I've lost friends. I don't go to churches because they don't believe in enduring and overcoming. They don't believe that Jesus had to endure and overcome because he was born perfect. But I don't see it that way. I see that he absolutely had to endure this hell that we're living in order to show us how to do it. And it's perfect. How he set it up is perfect.
Thank you, Vicki.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Jesse.
Because of time, I totally appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you, bro, and everybody else out there.
Right on. Love you back.
Love you back, brother.
All right. Thank you, Vicki.
Bye, hon.
Bye. 888-7753-773. I'm trying to get Hake's attention. Hold on. I'm typing Hake. Let me go quickly to Rick out of Virginia. Rick, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
My man Jesse Lee, what's going on, man? I hope y'all had a good weekend. I watched some of the service yesterday, and it was on point as always.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm just here coming on the guy that shot his wife and boyfriend.
Yes.
My thing is, even the Bible warns you now. The guy, that was having an affair with his wife, even the Bible warns you, don't be with nobody's wife because they're not going to show you no mercy. But at the same time, you shouldn't get so angry that you can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be that type of, and how anger deceives you, it makes you do the evil act that once the smoke clears, now you realize what you've done. But if you took the time to have, like you always say, just let the anger go, you can see clearly. And when you have peace, God can talk to you and communicate with you. But when you have anger, man, you can have a megaphone. They're not going to hear you once that anger is there. All they want to do is see just that agenda, what the anger is leading them to, you know?
Yeah. And the guy I thought he did an excellent, made it very clear that, he made it very clear that it wasn't him. It was like something else just took over his body. He was outside, and it was making him go over there to kill, because he was saying, don't do it. But he found himself, on his way over there anyway.
Yep. And now they starting to prosecute people on that, because people use that to get off when they've been and kill people, crime of passion and stuff. But now, you have plenty of time to make a right decision, because by the time you get over there, he probably drove about 15 or 20 minutes, before he got over there. And he could, like you said, he could.
But what happens is when you're not understanding that something else is driving you, and you quickly overreact to a situation, it takes a hold of you, and you don't even realize that it's something else. You really think that is you that's doing that, and it's not.
Wow, and basically that's the prince of darkness, Satan, who's really communicating, because Satan thrives through anger.
Yeah.
And that's where we commit most of our sins and mistakes come from, the anger.
Yeah.
And, it took me a while to understand that. I used to say, why do Jesse keep saying anger? But when I finally understood what you were saying, it's not the adultery, or it's not the assault. Like if you hit somebody, it's not the assault itself. It's the anger.
Yeah.
As a result of that anger, you assaulted that person as a result of the anger that was in your heart.
100%.
So that's how I started understanding it.
Right on,
and I'm glad
man.
you, James, Sean, Joel, all you guys just brought that to my attention, and I finally understood what you were saying. I used to be saying, well, Jesse, the man ran over the dog. Ran over the person.
Yeah.
He's wrong. But
Yeah.
you always say, it's not that he ran over him. It's the anger that drove him as a result of the anger to make him drive and run him over.
It's evil,
So I
absolutely.
finally understood.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rick, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
You too there, Jesse. Keep up the good work, all you fellas, man. All the Jesse Lee Peterson Network. I'm looking for a 24-hour station from you guys.
Right on.
Soon.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your support,
You're
too.
welcome. Love you guys.
You
yes,
too.
sir. Y'all keep it going.
I will. Super chat. Super.
Over on Cash App, Stefan donated on Bond JLP Cash App.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Caesar says, thank you for everything you do, Jesse.
Thank
Gave
you.
a Cash App tip as well.
Amazing.
And shout out to the top contributors on D Live, Aries 1, 555-555-565, Wolf 336, and the rest of the supporters. And thank you, guys. I do believe that is all for now.
Amazing. Thank you. Nice. I appreciate it. And a reminder that the Hake report is coming up next at the top of this hour in a few minutes here. The Hake, Hake report.com. Amazing. Get on that straight and narrow, folks. You won't regret it. And again, I know that most people are not going to do it. You love your hell. You love inflicting your hell upon others, and you call it life, but it's hell. So I do know that. It's always been that way. It's going to always be that way. Only a few will just get on the straight and narrow and stay there no matter how difficult, how painful, how whatever. They stay there and just endure and die daily. And you will. And when you die, which is from the ego, you live. Do the silent prayer, rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. All right? rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. Forgive your mothers. Every human being must forgive their mother. His or her mother, or you're not going to be free. It ain't going to happen. And your fathers. Forgive them. They know not what they do. They couldn't help themselves. They could not help themselves. Amazing! As you can't help yourself. Amazing! I am so out of time now. What the? Hassan, thank you for sending us an update on what you're doing, man.
What the?
What? He's back at home on his farm. Country boy. You can take the boy out the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy. Nice. Amazing. All right, the Hake Report. Thank you for your super chats, your donations, and everything. We do appreciate it. The Hake Report is coming up next. All right. Russ from Virginia is a sailor from Illinois. Colin out of Tennessee. Remy. I think that's how you say it. Remy out of New York. Remy. Out of New York. Still the first time caller. I'm out of time, but if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise, I'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow is Country and Western Tuesday. Amazing! Have a good day, folks. Hake is coming up now. Work on you. Work on you and the hell with everybody else. Work on you. Can I say the hell with? Well, there is a hell. Until they drop the anger, they are living in hell. What can I say? Come on, man. Come on, man. Hake, I was talking to Hake. You know, he's so holy. Homemade Christian. All right, folks, take care. Bye. So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer, and I want you to start doing it. You just download it, get the points of how to do it, and then after a while, you just do it on your own. It's going to point you in the right direction that your life will be returned to you from God. He will give you your life back, because anyone and all people who has anger, they're not themselves. You are the person that you are angry at. That's why it's so important to get to know yourself so that you can see who you're angry at. And if you're doing the hooping and hollering prayers and things like that, some people get up, oh, praise the Lord, hoop and holler, bless my mama, bless my daddy. Continue to do it. Do both. You will see if you want to stay with the hooping and hollering or do you want to be still and know God. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church. Anytime you have situations happening in your life, always be still. Don't overreact. Most of the people that I know, they say, oh, I know Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm an observer. And as soon as something don't go their way, they get mad. I'm like, what the? If you overreact, folks, remember to do that. Don't overreact. And when you get mad, it's your problem. It ain't your wife's problem, your husband's problem, your neighbor, your friend, your preacher, your teacher. It's your problem. Why you think you tick? It didn't go your way or the way you think it should go. Don't have a way you think it should go. Let life just happen. Thoughts make you think that life should go the way you want it to go. And if it doesn't, if someone don't do or say or act the way you think they should act, you hate them. And then you blame them for being mad. It's the darndest thing I ever seen. But it's amazing to see it. So relax.